How to pick a problem people will actually pay to solve. Okay, so this video, let's talk about this. When it comes towards this topic, we want to do what's called every time when, let's say, for example, maybe perhaps in the future, you might want to create your own offer. Okay, maybe in the future you want to create an offer, and maybe perhaps you have this huge idea like, oh, I want to create this for my audience and for my people. But the thing is that that offer could be not the offer for what your audience actually wants. Okay? This is going to save you a lot of time. Okay? A lot of people in this space will pick an offer that they think is what their audience wants. And chances are you might have to go through 4 different types of offers to actually see if your audience actually wants this, right? We call these guestpreneurs, right? They guess these types of products and services, right? They're guessing. So the thing is that when it comes towards this, instead of doing this approach, what we want to do is called a pre-sell. Okay. And what the pre-sell actually does is that it's going to help you save a lot of time. Okay. And the cool part about this is that you probably heard this, and maybe you haven't heard this. It's basically surveys. Okay. You notice that every time when you are going towards maybe a supermarket or maybe perhaps online where they're asking specific surveys, what that really is doing what's called market research or deep analysis of specific of what your audience actually wants. Okay. And basically it's data. Okay. Surveys, it could be polls, right? You probably heard about this, right? Polls. Okay. We could also do market research when it comes towards this. Okay. Now this is going to help you big time because a person who can actually understand your audience's problems, and let's take it a bit deeper when towards the problems, is what the problems of what they're actually researching for. Like they want to improve their circumstances or they want to uh start an online business, but you have to break it down. And once you start to break this down based on the problem, because having a problem is a bit too broad, right? A problem is, let's say, for example, think of like this: you're a doctor and you have a specific client, and your client is actually looking for a specific problem that they're having. You as a doctor has to figure out what the pains and the problems that your client is actually having. So you're breaking it down, but you're combining into words an entrepreneur mindset, not a consumerism mindset, right? So the thing is that we want to do what's called a pre-sell. And what that pre-sell is basically you are either creating a polls, and a polls could be like a survey of 3 simple questions, right? So that one question is, uh, what is your biggest challenge, right? For example, this is just an example, and this could be, is it traffic? Traffic, or could it be another 2 could be, are you not tech savvy? Are you tech savvy? Okay. And you could say how much have you generated online? Could be you could actually set this up maybe like 100, could be let's say 2,000 and all this stuff per month, right? And you can actually set this up from like yes or no, so 2,000 per month or whatever the case is. But this one is even more powerful. We want to put as other list here. And what this is that you're going to have a lot of people that are going to list their problems. The cool part about this right here for number 4, you're going to notice a trend, right? You're going to notice a trend. And what I mean by that trend is that it's going to leave clues in terms of what they actually need help on. And the cool part is, if you notice the trend of the problems that your audience actually wants, what happens is that you create content based on that. You see what I'm saying? Instead of guessing your content. See what I'm saying? Okay. But there, number 4 is super powerful because they're going to list more, and then it's going to leave clues, and that way you can actually create content or that offer. See what I'm saying? And the cool part about having a pre-sale is that you don't even have to create the product. You don't have to create the offer yet. Okay, that's the cool part. Because this is going to save you a whole bunch of time. I've noticed a lot of people in this space, they create offers, package it all already, but their audience don't want it because they don't understand pre-sale. Okay, and especially when it comes to surveys and polls and market research, what happened is that once you create that polls or that specific surveys, and the cool part is that you can actually integrate this into your emails or social media. And YouTube has this feature, Facebook has this feature where you can see those polls and they ask specific questions, right? What is your biggest challenge? For example, traffic. So if you notice that this one has like a huge amount of let's say percentage wise, like let's say there's a high percentage of people having traffic. Cool part is that you can create content based on that or create your own traffic course based on that topic. You see what I'm saying? So all these ideas that's compounding towards this, because I want to give this out towards you, right? This is very powerful in terms of identifying and doing market research and helping your audience. Because at the end of the day, this is helping your audience. This is serving your audience by doing this. But what we're doing is we're doing this strategically. So this is why we do a pre-sale. Okay, we want to see if instead of creating the offer or creating that course or whatever the case is, we want to do what's called a post strategy, a survey strategy. And the cool part about pre-selling is that you don't even have to package it yet until you got a lot of people who are raising their hands. And then from there, once you have people who are raising their hands, then you can actually create that offer. Okay? And make sure you guys are subscribing towards this YouTube channel. Hope this channel really helps you out, especially this video. Make sure you watch my other videos, because especially from the beginning to the end, because you don't want to miss those golden nuggets. Okay, and those golden nuggets, it's going to help and save you a whole bunch of time. And what's most importantly, accelerate you towards what you're trying to go after. And check out my 7-part free training series where I go and show other things too, which is, if you find this fascinating, make sure you guys comment below this video, because it's going to help me create more videos for you on a weekly basis. And yeah, hope this video brings you clarity and helps you guys to really understand the method of pre-selling and the polls and the survey strategy, which is crucial towards your online business. I'll see you guys in the next video.